Yeah, hi there, Hadil. This is Michael from the 7-Step System to Pass the TOEFL IBT. Good to hear from you. So, you just completed my TOEFL pronunciation pre-test for vowel and consonant sounds, and right now I'm going to go ahead and give you some specific feedback in those areas so that you can get better. Okay, so first of all, let me comment a little bit on what you said with those 3 questions at the end. So your background, French literature, you also are a teaching assistant, you want to get a master's degree in human resources, so you want to make sure that you can communicate with people and you want to correct your pronunciation. Also, I think you want to get a pretty high TOEFL score, right? Now, based on your answering those 3 questions, I can actually give you an intelligibility score right now. So I got pretty good news for you. The good news is I like your tone. You're very natural sounding. It takes a long time to get the tone that you have right now, and you definitely vary and change the tone when you're speaking, which is good. Overall, I'm going to put you in the 4 area. I'm going to give you a 4.4 out of 7, which is what I consider high intermediate level speaker of American English. So you do have some obvious accent and pronunciation variations, but these don't really interfere with understanding or are not too distracting. You have occasional grammatical errors. One time in your speech you said, I want to be able to speak English and don't be shy. You want to say there, I want to be able to speak English and not be shy. So sometimes when you're speaking, you're not sure whether to say not or whether to say don't. Right? So you do have a few minor grammar problems in there, but your vocabulary is pretty good. You can communicate and you can convey an idea with what I call sustained and connected discourse, right? So again, you're right around 4.4, 4.5 out of 7. Now your goal is try to get higher than 5.1 on my intelligibility test when you get to the post-test at the end of the pronunciation part of my course, right? Okay, now let's take a look at what vowel and consonant sounds you want to practice. I recommend lesson 11. You want to focus on the I, mit, I, that particular sound. Also lesson 13, a little bit more practice I think you need with the ch, cheap, sheep, or chaffed, shaft. Lesson 16, this is very tough for you. If there's 1 or 2 sounds that are really hard for you, these are called palatal consonants. Major, measure, measure, major. Consistently, you mispronounced all the pairs of words in this part of my pre-test, so definitely focus a lot on lesson 16. Also lesson 19, the main thing here, H or Hadil, is just make sure when the word ends in a voice consonant like a B, the vowel will be longer, like flab. Now if the word ends in a P sound, the vowel sound is shorter because the P is a voiceless consonant. For example, flap, flab, cap, cab. See what I'm saying? So kind of like short, long, short, long. Now the same thing applies with, actually let's go to lesson number 23. Yeah, the same thing here is when the D's at the end of the word, because it's a voiceless consonant, the vowel will be longer. For example, card. Now if the word ends in a T, a voiceless consonant, the vowel is shorter. Cart. So compare. Cart, card. Fat, fad. You see that? The problem is if you pronounce them with exactly the same duration, if you say fat, fad, it's hard to differentiate the D from the T because we don't really clearly pronounce them at the ends of words anyway. So it's more the longer the duration of the vowel. It kind of helps us predict what kinds of sounds are coming after those words. Anyway, so you know what you want to do again. Let me just review lesson 11, lesson 13, lesson 16, lesson 19, and lesson 23. And it's good to hear from you, and thank you for joining this 7-step system. I'm glad to have you as one of my students online. And remember, if you like my service, tell somebody about it. You are my best way of advertising. In fact, I don't do any advertising. I pretty much go by word of mouth with my 7-step system. All right?